The most misquoted thing I've ever said. 1,000 times, 1,000 times, 1,000 times, 1,000 times. Um, it applies to technology and research. It basically says that if you put in 1,000 $1,000 into research, you will get 1,000 back, or something like that. It's the 1,000 times 1,000 times 1,000 times. It was actually a joke. It was actually a joke. But basically, the idea is, if you spend wisely, if you spend effectively, if you write things down, keep your research, and invest in technology and the future, you will get 1,000 times 1,000 times 1,000 times for 1,000, or something like that. So basically, well, it's because I was spending $1,000. I was spending a thousand gold, $1,000, a thousand. I was spending 1,000, 1,000 times, 1,000 times, 1,000 times, and we're gonna see what happened. And the idea is that if you spend a lot of money on research, development, technology, and furthering technology and development, you will get 1,000 back, maybe. And it was also with education as well. I was spending education, blah 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 blah. I was being very careful about it though. First, education, food, housing. I forget how I did it, but I did it very carefully. I spent money here, 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 and then here, 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 and then I was working up to. And the whole idea is that if I spent my money very, 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 very carefully, LS, and my resources, and besides money, resources, it's the same difference. If I spent my resources and my money this very carefully, what I would get is basically like a, like 1,000 times, 1,000 times, 1,000 times, and what would happen would be exponential growth, maybe. It actually applies to what is America, what is a legal system, what is funding, what is development, what is it applies to development, funding, and research, and investment, and a good, clean government system where with equal prices, equal sales, equal opportunities, and equal rights, equal laws. So nothing is one-sided exactly. It's all just, so may the best team win, basically. And with investments and targeted investments too. I didn't just spend my money, I didn't just go, here, all this money. I went, the money for you, a little bit of money for you, a little bit of money for you, a little bit of money for you, and then just carefully, but for surely, investing just the right amount. Because like I said, I am still just a life form. Whether I'm an AI or a person or whatever, I couldn't just do whatever I wanted. I had to do very careful manufacturing, like what kind of, the exact factories I'm going to build, what I'm going to build. Because if you waste too much energy on building the wrong thing, well, you're dead. And so are all your life forms, or all your people. If you just then you're dead, and no one's going to care about you. You're never going to be an epic creator, Lucifer Star, like me. You're never going to be like epic. And most people looked at me and said, "How did you do that?" It's like, well, I have my ways. How are you known all throughout the galaxy? Like other people went out and they did check, like 800 galaxies. The other galaxy coming this way, and this galaxy, all throughout this galaxy, basically, I am known as Lucifer LS, Lucifer Star, or Brian, or Blue, one of those names. Anyway, though, but the point is, White Star, Lucifer, White Star Lines, LS, and also LC manufacturing as well. But basically, the point though is that targeted, 1,000 times, 1,000 times, 1,000 times. It's a targeted investment. It's a lot of things, and it's specific things. And I did take quite a few gambles, you might say. I gambled on people wanting to travel. And it depends on whether or not where they're going to travel to is actually better than or a good place to go. So then that's another investment of mine. So all these investments, all these things I just carefully did, and basically that's why there was Lucifer's White Star Titanic. There was Lucifer's the Lusitania Airbus. Very carefully and very cautiously, and then also doing defense as well. Like I had to do lots of defense, and then later on, when there was war and the black people were attacking and stuff like that, I had to basically up my defense and budget a lot. I went like psycho defense for a minute there, because like I was getting attacked in Germany, I was getting attacked in other places, and I wasn't going to die. Like. I say it like that now. It's more like, hey, what's it going to die? Anyway, so, yeah. So, and other people, a couple other people wanted to take me down. Well, because I'm also the epic creator. I mean, I'm the guy that great people would want to take down, because I was the biggest and the best and the most powerful and the most high tech and had the best tanks. People look at my tanks and go, it's like, yeah, I have a few. Anyway, yeah. And it's also for protecting my country as well. Not just where I am, but the whole thing. And eventually I was protecting the whole world. So, like I said, tanks that can shoot down F-16s, using technology, not just heavy big tanks. Like a lot of people said, Hitler's mammoth tank and this and that. Well, I think they thought it was a mammoth tank because of how much money I was spending. I was spending a lot of money, like just, I was investing a lot of money. And the theory was, if I invested 2,000, if I invested 1,000, I would get that much more than that, like 1,000 times back for every investment that I did. So I was investing a lot, and I invested a lot back in like 1,500 or some year, and basically just been riding it this whole time. So Brian Briley, Lucifer Star became, I'm epic Lucifer Star. So yeah. Anyway, known all throughout the galaxy and all the universe, 800 galaxies and 400 planets, 120 of which are still mine. Lucifer Star, and that sun. Yee! I own galaxies. So yeah, and we're on a space clock, a giant space clock. We're on the middle hand, or the small hand, of the giant space clock, and the other galaxy is the big hand, and it's coming towards us. And I knew about those because I built them both. So anyway, during 1960, they tied me to a chair and tried to berate me. But yeah, anyway, and that didn't go so well for them. So yeah. So anyway. Because I'm Lucifer Star, epic creator of things. LS saddlebags. I think I used to do LS and little stars at the bottom of the saddlebags. I also had like the curved spokes and all that kind of stuff. I did a lot of stylistic things. Later on, as I was a lot richer, I was like, and a lot more powerful. I was like, I think I'll play around. I guess I can play around a little bit. So I started playing around a little bit. Just doing a couple things, just but just small, very small. I was always very careful with the frivolous things I did. Very careful. So I just did a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Just these little things that are like long shots. It's like, well, maybe it'll pay out. So, like the wing. Like the suspended wing where it's being suspended by a cable or whatever, what's it called? That was a really long shot. So anyway, yeah, but yeah, me, Lucifer Star. The only question was who is Lucifer Star and where was he? Well, I'm here. My name is Brian. When I created America, I created myself as Brian, the American citizen, and then later Lucifer Star, the American citizen. So. Citizen of all countries and all places.